What's going on, everybody? This is Sunaak here, welcoming you back to a new series to the channel, The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered. I'm very excited to get into this game because this game is my childhood, and to see it in the Unreal Engine 5 and remade and just fixed up in general, I'm all for it. Anyway, let's get started, shall we?
I was born 87 years ago. For 65 years, I've ruled as Tamriel's emperor. But for all these years, I've never been the ruler of my own dreams. I have seen the gates of Oblivion, beyond which no waking eye may see. Behold, in darkness, a doom sweeps the land. This is the 27th of last seed, the year of Akatosh 433. These are the closing days of the Third Era and the final hours of my life.
Literal goosebumps every time I see that intro, but here we are at the race creation. We have an Imperial, we have High Elf, we have Dark Elf, we have the Breton, the Argonian, the Khajiit, the Nord, we have the Orc, we have a Red Guard, as well as the Wood Elf. And something to point out here is that the fact that each character will have a an origin of location. So like, for example, you can see the Nibene or Colovia here for the Imperial, and what that will actually change some of your stats. Like, for example, here, if you're from Colovia, you're going to have higher willpower, whereas Nibene will have more speed. So I'm going to go ahead and try to build up a character. I'll be right back. Okay, so this is Jim Sunsaak. I kind of went with like just a generic like guy character, I guess. I don't know. And I think I went with Imperial as well, because normally whenever I play this, I think what I'm going to be doing is make this a main story playthrough. So you're gonna have to forgive me. I'm gonna try to like not talk as much as when characters do, especially if it's important. This one's kind of not. So
how sad. I bet the guards give you special treatment before the end. Oh, that's right. You're going to
as soon as I say that, I get quiet. He's going to sit here and talk trash to us, but I want to go with an Imperial because I'm going to be doing mainly the main story during this playthrough. And if there's something you all want to do with like the side quests, like the Fighters Guild, Mages Guild, and all that stuff, we can probably do like a separate character for that. But I'm thinking I want to try to go more of like a Paladin Warrior build this time around. Because I feel like I never, like, I'm probably going to use some magic, but I want to really rely more on, like, heavy armor and, like, endurance and, like, strength this time around.
What's this prisoner doing here? This cell is supposed to be off limits.
Usual mix-up with the watch.
Never mind.
This game looks so good. I'm not even going to lie. It looks so crazy good. This is what I remember the game looking like all these years back. Fun fact, I thought the Blades armor, that brown part like right under the neck, I thought that was his chest hair, not gonna lie. But then I saw her and I was like, okay, wait a minute.
Let me see your face. You are the one from my dreams. Then the stars were right. And this is the day. Gods give me strength.
What's going on?
Assassins attacked my sons, and I am next. My blades are leading me out of the city along a secret escape route. By chance, the entrance to that escape route leads through your cell.
Who are you?
I am your emperor, Uriel Septim. By the grace of the gods, I serve Tamriel as her ruler. You are a citizen of Tamriel, and you too shall serve her in your own way.
Oh, do you know why I'm in jail?
Perhaps the gods have placed you here so that we may meet. As for what you have done, it does not matter. That is not what you will be remembered for.
What should I do? Or
So
I go
do
my
we
own way.
all.
Never mind. I forget
But
what I
what
choose.
path can be avoided whose end is fixed by the almighty gods?
Please, sire, we must keep moving.
Sir Patrick Stewart, everyone. God, the voice acting the talent that they got for this game was really good, especially for like the main characters. But they did fix up apparently in this remaster a lot of the voices too. They re-recorded a bunch of lines but left in the goofy stuff too, which I really appreciate. To be honest, this is definitely like the best way to play Oblivion if you've never played it. I already have like several hours in this game on my own, but I definitely wanted to record a series for y'all because this is my favorite game, and good God, the run style is goofy. But they added sprint and everything to this game, which is pretty cool. Here's basically your character sheet. We have 80 health, 80 magicka, and 120 fatigue to start off. Your class, your level, your birth sign, all that will be kind of changed up a little bit later. This is going to be the tutorial dungeon, but these are all your attributes. Everyone will have a different starting depending on what your race you chose and stuff. You also have your minor skills, which will be changed later. Once we actually choose a class, we'll have major skills, but you'll also have factions and your rest of your details and stuff. But this is where all the your magic and everything will be stored too. They kind of cleaned up the UI a bit. It takes a little bit getting used to because I usually played this game on the keyboard, but I first played this on the 360, so I'm playing it through that. I'm also going to be doing a expert difficulty because I feel like adept is a little too easy sometimes, so I don't want to like breeze through without a challenge. So
this is official business. Do not interfere.
I do really like the facial
Close up left. Protect the
mouthing or whatever it's called.
Captain's down.
How they actually God, what is it called? I keep forgetting. But anyway, we got some assassins here. We're gonna fight.
Prisoner.
I'm gonna try to pick up her katana and steel short sword because weapons actually do have a big difference in this. Or there's a lot of differences in the weapons in this time around instead of just slashing left and right. I'll show you right now in a little bit. I'm gonna be looking for some potions and stuff on these guys.
Captain Reno?
She's dead. Sorry, sire, but we have to keep moving. Keep quiet and stay out of the way. I told you to keep out of our way.
But the way that they constructed the faces and everything this time around to follow the wording is like really good. I'm gonna go ahead and hotkey a whole bunch of items here because I'm gonna put the short sword just in case too, because we won't keep this katana, which is a little unfortunate.
No, but it's too late to go back now.
And I also do like using the
Don't worry.
torches.
We will get you out of here.
Each weapon will have its own kind of swing pattern. Like for the long swords, you'll have 3
Stay here,
hits
prisoner.
that it'll cycle
Don't try
through.
to follow us.
And then you also have your power attacks. I'll show off right here. So we're gonna fight these rats real quick. See, like these on expert, they already have a lot of health. So I think a good tip is to hit them twice, and then you can get away with a power attack to clean them up. But let's go ahead and show off the short sword there real quick, because this one will have 4 hits. There's an extra little stab at the end there. It's kind of the same with daggers. I think it will like usually cycle between 4, 3, or 2 hits depending on the weapon you're using. So that's pretty interesting how they changed them all up. I think what I'm gonna be doing is probably just use the sword and shield right now. I think I'm gonna do a marksman as well for a little bit later if we need it. But I kind of want to go for like a paladin build where we're going to try to be as tanky as much as we can with heavy armor and increase our endurance and strength a lot, while also using like restoration magic and stuff too. Okay, the lock picking. So I figured it out finally, thanks to this game. Apparently there's a system that you can do. So when you tap it up, it goes at a speed. But if you get the slowest speed and keep tapping it up like that, you can actually just get it in a lot easier. So for a lot of the harder locks, that's the best way to do it. So you're gonna let it hit up, and then if it falls, if it's too fast, it'll be a little bit harder to lock in place. But so if you let it drop all the way back down, you can reset the speed. It's random on what it will go to, but if you get the slowest speed and keep tapping up, you can basically guarantee an easy lockpick every time. Especially, I tried it on one of the very hard locks, and I was able to do it like actually with no problem. So for like the first time ever. So thanks Oblivion Remaster for showing us how to do it and making it easier to understand. Or I was just a dumb kid, who knows? But anyway, we got some more rats and goblins here, or just rats this time around. We're gonna face some goblins later. I don't pick up the bow here. I'm not picking up a bow, but I think I'll do it a little bit later. But I do want to just wear and increase my heavy armor where we can. You move a little bit slower, but you do get some more defenses out of it, especially for expert. We're going to need it a lot. Magic resistance and stuff, we're going to have to try to figure that out. But for every character, you have a spell called Clairvoyance. And then so you have 30 seconds of this little orb that will lead you down the path where the current quest you have marked down. So that's very useful for people who are new to the game and can get kind of lost. Especially if some of the dungeons kind of end up being samey looking. But here we have a zombie. This one's going to be one of the tougher enemies that we're going to be fighting very early on. So be very careful if you're playing this on a higher difficulty, because they tank a lot of the physical hits. So, but I'm going to go ahead and start picking up some of these. If you see the effects on the bottom, like that one has damage, fatigue, so do the rat meat. If you combine these, we can do like alchemy a little bit later, so we can make some poisons, some potions, and stuff like that that can be beneficial to us as we move forward. I'm going to try to do that alongside the spells and everything too, so that we can really try to make expert difficulty feel easier, and kind of just plan the fights out more instead of just like, oh, I'm going to go swing in willy-nilly. But we're also not going to be taking this too serious. This is just to show off the beautiful world of Oblivion as well as its story. But we're increasing our light armor here and our blade skill, which is pretty good early on. Let's go ahead and grab all this rat meat while we can. You're gonna see me rotate between third person and first person. I really love the feel of third person when fighting in combat now. They really fixed it up because of that crosshair thing. In the original, they didn't have it, so it felt clunkier to play it in third person. I think that's one of the reasons why Skyrim also feels pretty good to play in first person, or in third person too. Okay, so we got an average lock here. So the way that it works is that you have very easy, which will be 1. You have easy, which will be 2, average 3, hard 4, and then very hard 5. Depending on your security level, if you have it like as a novice, if you break a lockpick, it will reset all of them. If you're an apprentice, I think it resets up to like 3 only. So you definitely want to level up security if you're going to be picking a lot of locks. So the higher the level, the easier it's going to treat you. So, I also recommend picking up a lot of the food items that you see too, because if you're going to be doing alchemy and stuff, that food will increase, certain foods will increase health, but a lot of the time they'll restore fatigue, which you can see that you're going to be swinging and using power attacks. Even blocking uses up fatigue. So it's very good to keep an eye on that, especially if you're starting to fight like multiple enemies at once. I also equipped I'm gonna equip my flare spell here, so that way we can just start hitting them a little bit before they get to us. I think I'm gonna use some destruction magic and stuff, but I'm really gonna be focusing more on melee damage and everything too, and then like more magic once we get to the classes, because we don't have any spells. I think everyone starts with the flare spell and then the minor heal. And then depending on what race you chose, you might have like certain greater powers and stuff that you have. Since I'm an Imperial, I get the voice of the Emperor, which makes people like me more. I think it's by like 30 points. I forget what it is. But it's really good for kind of getting through some like persuasion checks and everything too. So the more that people like you, the more information you'll get. So, but I'm gonna get the gold lockpicks here. Might as well. I pick up this goblet because I think I'm gonna sell it. Money, I think in Oblivion might be a little bit harder to come by. I could be wrong, unless I'm just never good at getting money. There's certain things that I like to do to get me a lot of money. I might try to do it a bunch of different ways this time around. I don't think I'll try to do what I do on my own playthrough, because it involves going through like one of the major storylines. But anyway, got some stink horns here. The bullet cap, I think, also restores fatigue or restores something. I didn't forgot to check what it was there, but so does the stink horn. So there's a lot of alchemical ingredients everywhere, so just keep your eye on it. Like a lot of the plants and like meat you pick up, you can use them for alchemy and create a bunch of good stuff. So there's no cooking in this game, I don't think, compared to like Skyrim. So, but if we see that we have sneak here, we get some damage, bonus damage if they don't notice you. Come on, goblins are gonna be kind of hard. We need to be very careful with them because usually they fight in like pairs or like a lot of big groups. So we need to be careful with them. But you can see how when you're sneaking and everything too, oh my god, if that's how the lock picking is going to go on a very easy. I can't wait to see how all the harder locks go. But, goblins are going to start becoming a little bit harder because of the expert difficulty right now, and we're kind of just not really well equipped right now because we don't have our classes set up yet. But this is how the, alchemy works. You can also filter it by the effects, so you can find things a lot easier. I'm just going to go ahead and make some fatigue potions, especially because during combat, like for example, this potion will restore fatigue by 3 points for 11 seconds. So I'm going to make a couple of those, and I'm going to just try to put them on the hotkey. So while we're in the middle of combat, you can hotkey potions. You can hotkey anything in this game. So useful to put some potions and weapons you like to switch between and stuff. So that way you can just do it on the fly. Note, while you're doing the hotkeying, combat won't stop like Skyrim, so be very careful of that. Got a skirmisher here. In the original, I always like to hit him with that trap, but he always sees you before this one, and so it's kind of harder to hit him. So I'm going to use that restore fatigue potion because, yeah, look at that, fatigue's already gone. Sometimes there's visual glitches. As you saw that my fatigue jumped up pretty high. That's because it was restoring while I was stunned. So just keep note of that. There's a little bit of bugs and glitches. It's the Bethesda game, so not too surprised. However, this is the first Bethesda game I have not had a crash yet. So knock on wood. And I've played already like almost like 25 hours into this game. I feel like it running on Unreal Engine 5 and the whatever Oblivion was running on is pretty good. They figured it out. Yeah, I pushed this log because we need to knock out these two because again, they're scary to fight once they're in a group, man. Especially on expert. We got to be careful. And I think because I'm also debating on marksman if I'm going to be using it or not. So we got a berserker here. They're going to be a little bit tankier than the other ones, so I guess the big key to combat is to find like a rhythm, so that way you can make sure you block oncoming attacks and everything too, so you can minimize as much damage as you can. Want to like lure him to me, because if not, then I think I'm gonna disturb the witch over here to the left. Oh my god. Where'd you come from? Okay, crap. This is not good. I mean, at least during combat you can still pause and just use potions and stuff, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Thankfully one's already dead. So I'm just gonna make sure that's definitely a big thing that I have to be careful for. Drink some fatigue potion so I can just go ahead and power attack and do stuff. Because I think the lower your fatigue is, the less damage you do too. So a huge thing to keep an eye on that. We also want to be careful here because I did say there was that goblin witch over here. I'm gonna try to go get a sneak attack off of her. Because this one's gonna be a little different. She's gonna be using that staff for magic, and I think it does shock, and she can throw fireballs too, which we can't block with our shield, so we gotta have to play around and dance around stuff. Yeah, as you see, that was just the fireball damage already, so that's unfortunate. Gotta be careful here. Yeah, just might as well. We got the potions, don't want to die. Because, I mean, thankfully the game auto-saves pretty well in terms of, like, locations. Usually if you enter a new location, it auto-saves most of the time. But I still recommend manually saving a lot of the time wherever you can. So, you can take that staff to sell it. I probably won't use it, but... Chest, okay, cool. Very easy lock, nice. Repair hammers are going to be very useful. I also really like the particle effects in this game. However, they do kind of last like a long time. I think. So like you can see like the particles jumping off me because I got hit with that shock staff. So I think it's gonna. I don't know when they disappear, when they go away. So. But let's just keep moving on. The good thing is like everything regenerates kind of quickly out of combat. You can speed it up. I think one of the tutorials mentions it, that you can speed it up by using spells or drinking potions and stuff like that. So that way you could just speed it up quicker if you need to, especially if there's a lot of enemies. So just want to be careful with that.
Protect the Emperor until help arrives.
Help? What makes you think help will get here before more of those bastards?
Here they come
We need to
again.
get the Emperor out of here.
Okay, so we ran into them again. I'm gonna just go ahead and keep hitting this guy because
Take them down.
we need experience wherever we can, especially for the skills that we're gonna be using.
This one's mine.
Damn it! It's that prisoner again. Kill him. He might be working with the assassins.
No, he is not one of them. He can help us. He must help us. They
As you
cannot
wish, sire.
understand why I trust you. They've not seen what I've seen. How can I explain? Listen, you know the Nine, how they guide our fates with an invisible hand.
I don't know, I don't think about it.
I've served the Nine all my days, and I chart my course by the cycles of the heavens. The skies are marked with numberless sparks, each a fire, and every one a sign. I know these stars well, and I wonder, which sign marked your birth?
Okay, so I won't be going too deep into this, but there's a lot of star signs. You have the warrior, the mage, you also have the thief, you have the shadow, you have the apprentice, you have the steed, which increases your speed. The ritual, which gives you a couple greater powers. You have the Atronach, the tower, the lover, the lady, the lord, and then you have the serpent. They're each, I won't go super in detail, but I think what I'm going to be going ahead and doing is, I'm going to be using the warrior because, again, I want to go for more of like a paladin build, so I need a lot of the strength and endurance. Normally, I like doing the lady if I'm using magic and stuff too. Because it increases your willpower and everything as well, because I think willpower is more of your stamina. I could be wrong. But endurance is for the health and strength for the how hard you hit, so I like to do that better.
My death, a necessary end, will come when it will come.
What about me?
Your stars are not mine. Today the warrior shall prove a stalwart companion when fortune fades.
Can you see my fate? Or aren't you afraid to die?
No trophies of my triumphs precede me. But I have lived well, and my ghost shall rest easy. Men are but flesh and blood. They know their doom, but not the hour. In this, I am blessed to see the hour of my death, to face my apportioned fate, then fall.
Can you see my fate?
My dreams grant me no opinions of success. Their compass ventures not beyond the doors of death. But in your face I behold the sun's companion. The dawn of Akatosh's bright glory may banish the coming darkness. With such hope, and with the promise of your aid, my heart must be satisfied.
Where are we going?
I go to my grave. A tongue shriller than all the music calls me. You shall follow me yet for a while. Then we must part.
Alrighty.
You may as well make yourself useful. Here, carry this torch and stick close.
Hi, Boris. What are the blades?
We're the Emperor's bodyguards. Our job is to get him out of situations like this. Although I admit, things are not going according to plan.
Uriel Septum?
My job is to make sure the Emperor gets out of here alive, and I intend to do it.
Okay.
Stick close.
Interesting characters. I really like the blades and the whole thing about the Emperor and everything too. So it's pretty cool.
The Emperor
Hi,
may trust
Glenroy.
you, but I don't. Stay out of our way.
Okay. Alrighty, but I like using torches because the cool thing is they provide a really good and decent light source. They're also weightless, so don't worry about picking up a crap ton of them. I also like the detail, but them adding the water, and there's a crap ton of bugs running around too. They added a crap ton of detail to this game. It looks beautiful.
Show me what you've
We can't even take these assassins on ourselves. Look at that. That wasn't a power attack that we did. These guys just kill them in like 1 or 2 swings.
Don't push me, prisoner.
So I like to check them because there's always some that have potions of either like sorcery, of like health and stuff like that too. So it's useful to check everybody after a fight. So make sure you get some nice loot.
My blood!
See, like they're just doing 1 power attack and they die. I'm trying to hit them as much as I can before they one-shot them, so that way I can gain some experience. But oh well, they beat them to it. Or they beat me to it. Like, did you see all those bugs? Good lord. Just a shit ton of bugs. That's crazy. That's cool, though. I do like that detail. It makes everything feel more natural and alive. Because the other game, unfortunately, there wasn't that much detail. But hey, it was a 2006 game. It was revolutionary at the time. So, I mean, there's a reason I fell in love with the game from the beginning. I'm gonna let him look around. God, the detail in Uriel's... oh, hi, Boris. He doesn't look too pleased. But another tip I guess I can say for leveling and stuff too, because there's acrobatics that I just increased right there. You can hop around a lot, and that's what you use to increase it. Even if you have no stamina, you could still jump. So a lot of times if you want to level up acrobatics quick, just jump everywhere. I still have the particle effects on me. Good lord. When did that witch hit me last? Good lord. Anyway. Look around for some chests and stuff while we're not busy.
They're behind us. Wait here, sire.
Wait here with the Emperor. Guard him with your life.
This one's for the Emperor!
My blood for the Empire!
I can go no further. You alone must stand against the Prince of Destruction and his mortal servants. He must not have the Amulet of Kings. Take the amulet, give it to Joffrey. He alone knows where to find my last son. Find him and close shut the jaws of Oblivion.
He said the title. Bro, this animation was brutal. I lost him for a second. I don't know where he went. Alright. Let's see. Potion of Night Eye. That's pretty good.
No. Talos, save us. We failed. I failed. The Blades are sworn to protect the Emperor. Now he and all his heirs are dead. The amulet. Where's the Amulet of Kings? It wasn't on the Emperor's body.
The Emperor gave it to me.
Strange. He saw something in you. Trusted you. They say it's the dragon blood that flows through the veins of every septim. They see more than lesser men. The Amulet of Kings is a sacred symbol of the Empire. Most people think of the red dragon crown, but that's just jewelry. The amulet has power. Only a true heir of the blood can wear it, they say. He must have given it to you for a reason. Did he say why?
I must take it to Joffrey.
Joffrey? He said that? Why?
There's another heir.
Nothing I ever heard about. But Joffrey would be the one to know. He's the Grand Master of my order. Although you may not think so to meet him, he lives quietly as a monk at Waynon Priory, near the city of Coral.
How do I get there?
First, you need to get out of here. Through that door must be the entrance to the sewers, past the locked gate. That's where we were heading. It's a secret way out of the Imperial City. Or it was supposed to be secret. Here, you'll need this key for the last door into the sewers.
The sewers?
There are rats and goblins down there. But from what I've seen of you, I'm guessing you're an experienced knight. Am I right?
You were close, sir. See, the major skills are going to be starting off a lot higher if we set them. They have a whole bunch of presets. This is not all of them. There's multiple pages like here for magic, for stealth, and for the combat classes. So depending on what you want, you can use these. A lot of the time I don't use them because they end up being a little bit redundant. So I like to make my own. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And you can choose the combat one, and all 7 skills that belong to combat will gain 7. And then you click your favorite attributes here, which I'm going to be doing strength and endurance, and it will gain an extra 5, which is pretty good. So endurance is going to be good for our magic maximum health here, which is going to be good. For our major skills, I think I'm going to go with armor. I'm going to go blade. You also have athletics. You have blade, block, blunt, hand-to-hand. So, but I'm going to use armor, blade, block, heavy armor. Since I wanted to go more of like a paladin build, I think I want to do, it's because I'm debating alchemy as well, but I think I'm definitely going to go with alteration because I can do some protection spells, which makes me a little bit tankier, as well as the restoration, so that way I can fortify myself, cure diseases, and do all that stuff, as well as improve resistances, which is really, really good. And I think, what do I want to do for this last one? I think I might go marksman after all, because a lot of these are just kind of more passive abilities like sneak, security, combat. Because I want stuff to like level up while I'm in combat most of the time. So I think I'm going to go, what do I want to name it? Do I want to just name it Paladin? I think I'm going to go ahead and just do that. I'm going to name it Paladin after all. Perfect picture too, so that's cool. So there it is. That's my class, and I'm going to be a paladin.
I wasn't far off. In any case, rats and goblins won't give you any trouble.
After the sewers, then what?
You must get the amulet to Joffrey. Take no chances, but proceed to Waynon Priory immediately. Got it?
Yes, I understand.
Good. The Emperor's trust was well placed.
What about you? What will you do?
I'll stay here to guard the Emperor's body, and make sure no one follows you. You'd better get moving. May Talos guide you. By the way, thanks for recovering Captain Renault's sword. I'll see that it is given a place of honor in the halls of the Blades.
Okay, so unfortunately that's where we don't have the katana anymore, so I'm gonna get the steel short sword here. God, we still have the particles on us. Good lord. But let's make our way out of here. We're not gonna be here for much longer. We're almost done with this. So don't worry, there's not like too much to do. So we have the key to open the gate now, and this door over here. So I like the UI and how they change stuff too. I feel like everything's a little bit cleaner, and how it all flows works well with this new modernized Oblivion. So I do like it a lot. I think I might use the iron longsword here because it is more damage than the short sword. Just like the katana, so that way we'll just go ahead and hot key it there. There's a rat here. Let's go ahead and take care of it real quick. But yeah, now with the class, we should be hitting a little bit harder now. We also gained some new spells, so the Protect spell, I think it shields us 5%, which is really good. I'm going to be doing the Heal Minor Wounds. We also gained Absorb Health, which is actually pretty good. That's actually a restoration spell, so pretty good. And then because of the alteration, we also have Open Easy Locks. We also have the whole powers and stuff right there too, so that's the another power that we have there too. So I think I'm going to use the Absorb Health one because it will help us do the restoration while doing damage to the enemy as well. Protect is really good at the start of combat because obviously you're going to be taking less damage. This Absorb Health is actually going to be really good for us to stay tanky and live a lot longer, especially during physical combat. We do have to figure out... God, our heavy armor is already level 41. Good lord, I almost died here too. We do need to figure out how we can start buffing our magic resistance and stuff too, because there's going to be a lot of spellcasters in this game that we'll definitely fight. There's some weapons that will be doing like shock damage, fire damage, and all that stuff too. So we're going to have to definitely plan as we move forward. Little rat here, take care of that. Okay, so let's just go ahead and climb these stairs. Again, I think we're already about to hit the end here, so not too much longer now. Yeah, just like that, we're already about to hit the end here. Let's get this rat. Are not gonna attack us? Oh look, it's friend. Okay, well, you shall be named Jerry. Okay, bye Jerry. Alrighty, so we're entering up on the end here. Definitely thank you all so much for watching. I highly recommend here, create your own save here before this, because that way you don't have to play the tutorial every single time. I wish Skyrim would do this. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. This was the first episode of the Oblivion 4 Remastered. I will see you guys on the next episode when we escape the jail. So, see you then.